Let's look at some summer passes and discounts because I know y'all like, oh, I want to go to Six Flags, whatever amusement park that you have. Please go, but you don't just have to pay full price for those tickets. Places like AAA, AARP, even like the wholesale clubs, the BJ's, the Sam's. A lot of times they will have coupons for things. A lot of employers even offer discount tickets. So please, make sure you're utilizing all of your resources. Tap in with HR to see like what they're offering y'all for the summer. That's not uncommon at all. But again, please get the young people around you engaged. You do not have to do all this heavy lifting on your own. Because again, you want to have fun, but you want to make sure that you're having fun on a budget. It is summertime. Oh my gosh, it is summertime. So I have a quick question for you. For previous summers, have you gotten to the end of the summer and you're like, how in the world did I spend all that money? I had a good time. It was fun. It was a turn up, but what happened? What happened? You know exactly what happened. You know exactly what happened. And so I am so excited to help you get ready to have fun this summer, but also manage your finances as well. So welcome back to another episode of the Thank Me Later show with me, your host, Jini Thornton, where we help you master your money and transform your life. And your transformation today, we're going to learn how to save some money without sacrificing our summer fun. Because you're like, Jani, don't be a fun killer. I know you're like, don't hate on my summer. I've been waiting all year for this. But I want to make sure that you don't have that end of summer regret. And everybody knows what I'm talking about. So I have just a few key points for you. This is for you, obviously, but also share this with your family and friends. So we appreciate you checking in. Want to make sure that you please like and subscribe, and definitely need you to share because listen, ain't no need in you trying to make some changes and everybody you hanging up with is still, on the ultra turn up. And you gonna be over there with some little jealous and with a whole lot of regret. So we want to make sure everyone in your group is y'all are locked in a line. So if you're new, welcome. Did I say hello to the new folks? And come on, let's get ready for our summer fun. So a few things. Everybody treats budget like it's a bad word. Okay, budget is not a bad word. And when I say budget for your summer, I want you to just be really intentional about what your plans are. It's easy to do with travel. Like if you got a trip, you're hanging out with your family, your friends, you got that family reunion. But see, that a lot of times isn't what's getting you in trouble. It's all that unplanned because, summer is like, oh, we just gonna pull up. Everything is just, everyone's kind of flowing. All I'm saying is just have a number for that. So I'm not saying you have to plan every activity for the summer, but how much can you comfortably allocate to just hanging out with your friends if that's what's important to you, or travel? So let's kind of work through our budget to say, hey, this amount per week or this amount per month. So that way you'll know what you can say yes or what you may be needed possibly to say no to, because your budget may or may not be able to account for all the fun, all the activities. So again, please, let's just kind of start with a budget. This is your guide. Just kind of think about it like guardrails. You know how we have them to keep us in the middle of the road? That's all your budget is. It's just to help you kind of lock in so you know if you're on track or if you're doing that like that way, way too much. We all know what that way too much is. All right. Number 2, be open to the low cost or the free options. We don't have to pay for all of the fun. One thing that I started doing, I'm originally from Rochester, New York, and I typically love to go home during the summer. In the last couple of years, I have been really leaning in with my family, discovering the city that I grew up in, lived my whole, up until I was 18, doing some new things and particularly some free things. There have been some parks, there have been some other activities that I have been able to do, and I have been kind of reintroduced to my city, and I really love that. So if you have people who live in your household, other adults, kids, whoever they are. Y'all know y'all can research everything. There are tons of festivals and everything you can think of that you can go without having to spend a whole bunch of money. So let's do some research on the free or the lower cost activities, okay? Make that a priority in your list. Number 3, let's be okay with mastering the art of the staycation. Don't be depressed about the staycation. I saw somebody post on Instagram probably about a week or so ago. It was very funny. She literally had packed up a suitcase and she was going from her bedroom to her guest room. That was her staycation, literally from one bedroom to the other. So I'm not saying you have to be that extreme, but having fun does not always require a plane trip. It doesn't. So a lot of times I think we're poo-pooing on it. Oh, it wasn't fun. Listen, there's so much to do. You just haven't really taken the opportunity to lean in and do some research about what is drivable for you and possibly a lot cheaper for you. Because remember, you don't want the buyer's remorse. Now the end of the summer and now you mad because how much credit card debt you have or what your bank account is looking like. Okay. So turn it into an adventure or some fun. It doesn't have to be just kind of this, again, poo-pooing on it like now you're sad and depressed. All right. So let's have some mastery over the staycation. Y'all, number 4, we got to have some smart food strategies. Why does food cost this much right now? I'm like, food is out of control right now. The last time I went in the grocery store, I was like, I should have like 4 times as many bags based on how much money that I just spent. And those of you who have kids home from school, like, how in the world are you feeding them kids every single day right now? So we need to have a strategy about that because I know a lot of times it's hot. You don't want to cook. Again, you want to be footloose and fancy free. I get it. But can we just have a plan on the days that we do eat out? Y'all, it cannot be 3 meals a day. Maybe you're saving the eat out for brunch with your friends on the weekend, but you kind of, meal prepping for those other days for sure. Super important that you do that. I typically bring my breakfast and lunch to my office every single day. Because I know the day that I'm going to eat out. Typically it's always going to be on Friday. So I plan for that. You can't be eating out every single day, but food should be in your budget. We talked about the B word. We talked about budget. So let's kind of be creative with that. Again, meal prep can be your best friend. Other thing that I'm really intentional about, I normally will not leave my house unless I have like some sort of snacks with me. Because when I'm hungry, all bets are off. You're going to pull up on wherever just because you're hungry now. So I really leave my house satisfied, or I have everything with me that I need to keep me from running into some place or through somebody's drive-through. So better health-wise, but also just from the budget perspective. Okay. So let's prep for the food. Number 5, let's look at some summer passes and discounts. Cause I know y'all like, ooh, I want to go to Six Flags or whatever amusement park that, you have. Please go. But you don't just have to pay full price for those tickets. Places like AAA, AARP, even like the wholesale clubs, the BJ's, the Sam's, a lot of times they will have coupons for things. A lot of employers even offer discount tickets. So please, make sure you're utilizing all of your resources. Tap in with HR to see like what they're offering y'all for the summer. That's not uncommon at all. But again, please get the young people around you engaged. You do not have to do all this heavy lifting on your own. Because again, you want to have fun, but you want to make sure that you're having fun on a budget. The average amusement park ticket could be like up to $60 or more. That's per ticket. You ain't ate a thing yet. right? And y'all rolling through as a family of 4 or 6, you already know what it's going to be. So again, I'm not saying don't do it. Now, if you live close to an amusement park like I do, when my kids were younger, I just went on ahead and got the annual summer pass. It was made more sense. Obviously, please do the math on that, but feed them kids before you drop them off. Now, you know you can't take no food in there because they want y'all to spend all your money while you're there. But again, everything you need to have a budget for it. And how are these young people contributing? I'm not asking your little cute little 4-year-old to contribute. But them bigger kids, what are they doing to contribute? They want to have fun, but y'all not just grown ATMs, okay? So again, let's just have a plan. This is going to require some planning, and please don't think planning actually kills your fun. I'm telling you, when you have more money at the end of the summer, you gonna thank me later. But also you're going to feel so relieved because now you're not going to spend the other half of your year getting ready to dig out. So this is my last tip. Now, one thing that I have been really intentional about is saving in advance. And so what I mean by that is this. This is something I learned when my kids were in school. I always had this separate bank account for all of their stuff. Summer camp, uniforms, tuition. Like I had this kid account. So when it was time to pay for whatever they had going on, like the money was there. And I never had that stress. And so you don't understand. You can do that with your summer too. You can have your summer account. So whether that's for travel, whether that's for camp, whether that's for your staycation, whether that's just fun hanging out, you realize that you could literally be funding that all year long. So by the time summer gets here, like the money is sitting over there. So you could say, oh, my summer is going to cost me, I'm making up a number, $2,000. You can have a certain amount come out of your paycheck going over into this account. So by the time it's time for the activity to happen, the money is already there. So be okay with planning in advance. I tell you, it will absolutely change your life when you do it. So you can call it your summer account. You can call it whatever you want to call it, travel, but get in the habit of preparing for it, even if you don't have a plan, because it's like, oh, I don't know where I'm going. That's okay. You're going to want to go somewhere. You're going to want to do something. How dope that is to have that money already set to the side. I'm telling you, it will give you a whole different level of peace when you're able to do that. So I hope all of this has been helpful. And I would love to know what your summer plans are. And how are you preparing for the summer? I want to know what you're excited about for the summer. I want to know what is stressing you out about the summer too. And also, how are you engaging everybody in your household in the plan? Again, if they are middle school and up, they need to be part of the planning too. Kids need to understand how much things cost because that gives them different perspective. I'm not asking you to give them a whole lot of responsibility, but now things will begin to make sense. It's like, oh, wow, I didn't realize this costs this much. When we make things magically happen for kids or adults, people, the connection isn't there. The connection is there. So before I wrap up, I've talked about this before on social media. People ask me all the time, do I have to pay for my adult kids' vacation? Like for real, y'all trying to hang out this summer and have some fun. Do you have to pay for the adult kids' vacation? Not if you don't want to. And they can certainly have to contribute all of it or a certain percentage. But if you dragging your 27-year-old along with you, I want you to know your child is grown right now. Okay, they're not little people anymore. So have a plan. Everybody needs to be contributing to, what is happening. So I hope you have the most amazing summer ever, and hope these summer prep tips have helped you. I want to make sure that you have at least 2 action items from this podcast episode too. So what am I recommending minimally that you do? Number 1, please do that budget. Even if you just going to jot that down on the back of a piece of paper, you're going to put it in your phone. You've got to do the budget. All right. Number 2 thing that you have to do, whoever that you live with, I need y'all to have this summer family meeting. Whether it's just you and your mate, like what's the plan for the summer and how we're going to pay for all of this fun that we get ready to do. So if you don't do anything else, I want to make sure that you do those 2 things. Please let me know how these conversations and your budget planning goes. I want to hear from you. Again, please like, share with your family and friends, and we certainly need you to subscribe. Would love to know what other topics you would love for me to cover. Here to help you. Please check out our Thank Me Later community. You can go to thankmelatermoney.com. Again, thankmelatermoney.com. And then, of course, please engage with me on social media at Jini Thornton. My website is the same too, at Jini Thornton. So thank you. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Thank Me Later Show with me, your host, Jini Thornton. And guess what? I will see you next episode.